In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 reasons why you should not pay attention to the food calorie numbers. You know, it's a common fact to read the calories on food packages, especially when you want to lose weight, to gain muscle, or just to keep a good lifestyle. But then it can start to become an obsession with a tendency to feel frustrated or guilty every time you eat something. So in this video, you will understand why it doesn't make sense to count the calories. Basically, I will explain the biggest mistakes people are making, and I will share as well some nice tricks so that you definitely switch from a calorie obsessed to a serene person eating with satisfaction. Coming up. Hey, what's up guys, Cedric here with Do You Speak Nutrition, bringing you the best tips and tools so that you become the expert of your own health. So my passion is chemistry, and on this channel I do a lot of tip videos with deep scientific understanding, which I simplify and make accessible to you. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's now jump into the video. So first of all, what's a calorie? A calorie is the unit to express a quantity of heat, typically when you burn something. But then the question is, well, what's the link with the nutrition? Basically, everything starts from the following assumption, which is the substances contained in food are burned in our body by our cells to produce energy, a bit like in a car where the fuel is burned to produce energy. However, this assumption is not consistent because it doesn't reflect at all what happens in your body. And this makes of the food calories something not really reliable to be used as the reference for a healthy lifestyle. That's what we are going to see now in 5 points. One of the biggest mistakes is to think that food calories are exact numbers reflecting the reality of what you are eating. And this is totally wrong because you can have a difference up to 20% and even more between the calories displayed on food packages versus the true number of calories you are actually eating. And the reason behind this is the way food calories are officially calculated. The first method used by food suppliers is to only consider 3 families of substances, which are carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. And the principle is to assign a fixed quantity of calories per gram of substance, which is specific to each family. And this leads to a very approximate way to determine food calories, because as you can imagine, there is a lot of different carbohydrates. For sure, they won't provide the same energy to your body. The second method to determine food calories consists of literally burning a small quantity of food in a kind of sealed oven with specific sensors to measure the heat generated. This technique is more accurate compared to the previous one, but as you can imagine, it doesn't reflect at all what happens in your body. Because you know, the oven allows to burn almost all substances contained in food, whereas the same substances cannot all be processed by your body. Let's take the example of nuts, and let's say you want to eat 100 grams of cashew nuts specifically, and you will think that you will have exactly 660 kilocalories available. This is totally wrong, because when you eat such a quantity of calories in this form especially, the body cannot handle all calories. It cannot absorb or use everything to produce energy. Good news, this is applicable to chocolate, meaning that you will absorb less calories if you eat a whole chocolate bar in a row compared to if you would eat the same chocolate bar piece by piece over the day. So you understand now why there can be a huge difference between the calories displayed on food packages versus the true number of calories available in your body. But now what's about quality? We always see calorie numbers on food packages, but nothing about the grade or the quality of calories. That brings me to the next point, and I'm sure you will be surprised. One mistake is to think that all calories are equivalent to each other. So let's make it simple. There are 2 types of calories. Let's call them green and red calories. Red calories can be used by your body to produce energy, which is fine. But when you are doing something that doesn't require too much energy, like having a nap, watching TV or working on the computer, then these red calories have a tendency to be stored in your body as a reserve of energy. Basically, these red calories are are especially contributing to the unhealthy weight gain. But fortunately, there are a lot of foods containing green calories. Their big advantage is that when you are doing something that doesn't require too much energy, then these green calories will simply be eliminated by your body. They help you keep your natural body weight. And I think you understand now one precious secret to remain healthy. The idea is to include in your meals more of the green calories compared to the red ones. And there are so many tasty foods containing green calories that you just need to pick the ones bringing you the most satisfaction. And this will help you have meals where you can eat as much as you want. So if you want examples of foods containing green and red calories, then check out the notes in the desk. I'm sure you will be surprised about some examples of foods which contain green and red calories, but just note I will publish a dedicated video for this topic, so subscribe and ring the bell if not done yet. And this is a crucial part. I know it looks a bit hard to believe, but I'll take a very concrete example so that you get right to the point. Let's say you want to have pasta for lunch. You see on the package 350 kilocalories per 100 grams. However, if you eat the raw pasta as it is, what you will get is a calorie intake close to zero and a hard time with your belly. Here is the reason. Look at this molecule, which is typically what is in the raw pasta. Each ball represents a single carbohydrate, and you can see that they are bounded to each other to form this very long molecule. The human body cannot digest this molecule because it's too big. Our body just cannot produce energy out from this. That's the reason why you need to cook the raw pasta, because you need to heat the molecule in order to break it into smaller pieces. Here is the perfect size. It corresponds to when the pasta is cooked al dente. Your body can take this molecule and cut it to obtain carbohydrates one by one, very slowly. This process is so slow that these carbohydrates will have less chance to be stored as a reserve of energy in your body. They will be directly consumed by your body even if you don't move a lot. But now, what happens if you overcook the raw pasta? Check this out. You will heat the molecules so long that they will totally break into single carbohydrates. Basically, the cooking process will somehow digest the pasta for you. So you will increase the number of calories immediately available in your body. Thus, all these calories coming from starches will have this tendency to be stored as a reserve of energy. And the same rule applies for almost all starches like bread, cookies, cornflakes, potatoes, and so on, because all these foods have been cooked at high temperatures before you eat them. They all have been already pre-digested for you. One big mistake is to consider calories as the reference for a healthy lifestyle, like making a diet only based on a daily or weekly calorie intake limit. The point is that calorie numbers don't tell you anything about the good stuff your body absolutely needs, like vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and so on. Besides, if you don't eat enough of these, it's very likely that you will feel more hungry as a signal from your body that it misses essential nutrients. In addition to that, you may start to feel tired, easily irritated, to get sick more often, and so on, because your body just cannot work properly without these precious nutrients. And the scam about calorie numbers is that they don't tell you anything about the bad stuff in food, like chemical preservatives, pesticides, antibiotics, coloring agents, which are, by the way, also found in some supposedly healthy foods. So in a separate video, I will show you an easy way to identify the nutritious and tasty foods over the ones full of bad chemicals. This is something precious to keep in mind. It's already hard to know exactly the calories contained in food, but it's even more difficult to know how many calories your body actually consumes. The so-called recommended daily calorie intakes, or also the calorie predictions given by fitness machines, are very approximate numbers. The truth is that the number of calories consumed by your body depends a lot on your sex, age, height, weight, but it's also highly related to your genetics, the amount of stress you face daily, how much you move in the day, the type of sport you do, the frequency, your environment, the time of sleep, and so on. And let's be fair, we all know someone who remains skinny regardless of what he eats and how much. In a separate video I will explain you why, how it works, and I will tell you how to try to stimulate, to activate this body's ability. So I think you get it now. The idea is to give the priority to the better understanding of food and your body profile rather than first reading and focusing desperately on food calorie numbers. But now a question of the day, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much importance do you give to calorie numbers? Tell me as well if this video made you change your mind. Thanks for watching, subscribe and ring the bell if not done yet, and if you want to check out other videos about calories and lifestyle, click or tap the screen right here.